Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Very good morning. Sit down. How are you all?
Fine, sir.
It is fourth period, no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, now, in this class, I am going to teach you about the symmetry. That is your chapter 12. So, chapter 12, that is your symmetry. Symmetry, or that is also another way it can be written, that is reflection. Symmetry and reflection. Okay. Before going to this chapter, I want to explain you what is symmetry. If a particular figure, if any geometrical figure will be equally divided into two parts by either a horizontal line or a vertical line, then we can say that figure or that diagram, that is symmetrical. Now you see, this is a what? Rectangle shape, rectangle or not? Now, if I will fold this rectangle here, means this is a axis, like this. If I will fold it, then is it being equal two halves? The whole rectangle, is it being two equal halves? It is one half, this is one half. So, this is called means the rectangle is symmetrical about this line. This is a vertical line. Okay? This is a vertical line. Now the same rectangle I can make to equal two halves by a horizontal line. Now you see, if I will fold the paper in this way, now this is one half and this is another half. These two halves are equal or not? That means the total rectangle, either it is divided into two parts in this axis, which is the vertical axis, which we called y-axis, and this line, horizontal line, that we call the x-axis. In a graph paper, when you will do the graph, between two axes, any figure can be drawn. So horizontal axis is known as the x-axis, and vertical axis is known as the y-axis. And a figure can be made into two halves by any one of the axes. So this rectangle, it is equally divided into two parts, which is two halves. What is this? Acha. Another example I am giving you. What is this? Give me a paper. So now that was a rectangle. Now I am showing you a square. In a square, all the sides are equal. In a square, all the sides are equal and all the interior angles are equal. But what is the value? 90 degrees. Say 90 degrees. Now I am taking a piece of paper in the form of a square. Okay? Now see. Now, just a minute. Now, this is a square. Is it a rectangle? Why it is not a rectangle? All sides equal. There is no length and no breadth. All the sides are equal. So it cannot be a rectangle. It will be a square. Now, to this square, if I will draw a line vertically, matlab like this. If vertical line, one vertical line I will draw, then this total paper, this total square, is it divided into two equal halves? This is one half and this is one half. Yes or no? Yes. So this square is symmetrical about this vertical line, or which is called the y-axis. Now if I will draw a horizontal line, that is your x-axis. Here, if I will draw a horizontal line, then this square, it is divided into two parts or not? So the square is also, it can be divided into two parts by a horizontal line. Another two lines are there, by which the square will be also of two parts. What is? That is the diagonals. Diagonal, corner to corner, diagonal. देखो, अभी मैं diagonal में अभी मैं कर रहा हूँ. I am just taking the diagonals of a square. Diagonals. If I will join both the diagonals, then also it will be into two equal halves. I am drawing the figure here. So, what I said, in a rectangle, this is a rectangle. At the middle of the length, if I will draw a line, then it will be two halves. At the middle point of the breadth, if I will draw a line, that is also, it will be into two equal halves. This is your horizontal axis. Horizontal axis, which we called x-axis. This is the vertical axis, which we called y-axis. Yes, vertical axis, which we called y-axis. So you put x here and you put y here. That means one can know that you have mentioned the two axes here, x-axis, y-axis. So a rectangle, it is divided into two parts by x-axis and by y-axis, by a horizontal line, by a vertical line. That means it is symmetrical about how many lines? Two lines. This is one line. This is one line. So write down a rectangle. A rectangle is symmetrical. Symmetrical means equal two halves. Symmetrical about two straight lines. This is one line. ये भी दो भाग कर देता है और ये लाइन भी पूरा रेक्टेंगल को दो भाग कर देता है. अंडरस्टैंडिंग? सो ए रेक्टेंगल का कितना सिमेट्रिकल लाइन है? दो. देयर आर टू सिमेट्रिकल लाइन्स ऑफ ए रेक्टेंगल by which a whole rectangle can be made into exactly two equal halves. ठीक है ना? Now I am taking a square. In a square, all sides are equal and all the angles, interior angles also equal and all are 90 degree. Anybody have a long size scale? Steel scale? हाँ, give me. Yes. So now I will say the same thing about to a square. Listen, look here. Here, all the sides are equal, so this is your lengthwise side and it is another side. If I will draw a line, the midpoint of opposite sides, that means this line, this is a line which can make the total square into two halves. Yes or no? This is one half and this is one half. Exactly means one side exactly overlaps upon the other. जैसे कि मैंने अभी दिखाया वो जो स्क्वायर लेके रेक्टेंगल लेके one side, one part, one half will be exactly overlap upon the other half. So this is a line which can make equal two halves to a square. Okay. Now you forget to this line. I am drawing another line. Now I am showing another line. Look here. These 2 points, by taking these 2 points, if I will draw one line, if I will draw a line, then also the total square now will be divided into two halves. Yes or no?
Yes.
This is one half and this is another half. Both parts of the square are exactly equal. So पहले एक हॉरिजॉन्टल लाइन हम लोग लिए थे, सॉरी वर्टिकल लाइन लिए थे, अभी मैंने एक हॉरिजॉन्टल लाइन भी लिया, ठीक है ना? और एक दिखाता हूं, और भी दिखाता हूं. नाउ दो लाइन मिल गया, वन वाज वर्टिकल लाइन, अनदर वाज हॉरिजॉन्टल लाइन. अभी मैं और एक दिखाता हूं. और क्या ना, ये जो कॉर्नर पॉइंट्स, दिस पॉइंट एंड दिस पॉइंट, ये दोनों को लगा के इफ आई विल ड्रॉ ए लाइन joining the two corner points, then here also, if I will, suppose just imagine it is a piece of paper. If I will fold upon this line, then this part exactly it will overlap with this part or not?
Yes, sir.
One part of the paper, it will exactly overlap upon this part. Yes or no?
Yes.
That means it is also another symmetrical line. Yes? So how many you got? 3. Another. Similarly, you join this one to this one, and if you will draw a line, then this will be also another line which can make two equal halves to this square. This is, ये भी एक लाइन होगा, वो भी पूरा स्क्वायर को it can make into two equal halves. So how many symmetrical line you got?
4.
So a square has 4 symmetrical lines. Four symmetrical lines by which it can be made into exactly two equal halves. So a square has 4 symmetrical lines by which it can be made into exactly two equal halves. Exactly two equal halves. ठीक है ना? तो पहले मैंने रेक्टेंगल के बारे में कहा, फिर अभी स्क्वायर के बारे में कहा, और एक मैं नहीं कहूँगा, आई विल नॉट से, यू विल से मी. जैसे कि a circle, how many symmetrical lines are there for a circle? Who said? Somebody said? Yes. Infinite number of symmetrical lines will be possible for a circle which will pass through the center. सेंटर का अंदर कोई भी एक लाइन पास करके लेके जाओगे तो ये आधा आधा हो जाएगा, नहीं तो ऐसे अगर एक लाइन ड्रॉ करके लेकर जाओगे देन दिस पार्ट विल बी इक्वल टू दिस पार्ट, ये भी आधा आधा बना लेगा. ऐसे like this so many symmetrical lines can be possible for a circle. So for a circle infinite number of symmetrical lines. Infinite number of symmetrical lines are possible. Okay. So from this we could know that the lines which can make a particular figure into two equal halves are called the symmetrical lines. Now we have so many English alphabets like A, B, C, D, etc., etc. So now I am just taking and I will ask something to you. Now I am taking A, letter A. A letter A को by I can make two equal parts by using a line by which I can make two equal halves to that A. Which one will be that line? Vertical line or horizontal line?
Vertical line.
Yes, by a vertical line just passing through the vertex of the A, we can make exactly two equal halves. ये एक हाफ हो गया और ये एक हाफ बन गया. ये ऐसे और यहाँ से यहाँ तक length, here to here length. So the letter A is exactly symmetrical about a vertical line. Similarly, letter B this is also symmetrical by a line, horizontal line. So by a horizontal line the letter B is symmetrical. Yes or no? Koya? Understanding?
Yes, sir.
So ये पार्ट ये जैसे है ये वैसे ही है. एक का ऊपर दूसरा ओवरलैप कर जाता है. Similarly, now I am asking you that from alphabets C to P means you will draw C, D, all the lines you will draw and you will draw the symmetrical line. Listen, sometimes we can get no symmetrical lines. For example, suppose I am taking one alphabet that is L. Can you find any symmetrical line for this alphabet L? No. Horizontal? No possible. Vertical? Not possible, because it cannot be equal to halves. So, in those cases you will write there is no symmetrical line for this. Understanding? अच्छा, और एक बेस्ट एग्जाम्पल ऑफ सिमेट्रिकल लाइंस, सपोज एक पर्सन, दो आँख है, एक नाक है या दो नाक है? एक नाक है, हाँ, और माउथ है, देन ये नेक है, दिस साइड वन हैंड, दिस साइड वन हैंड, फिर ये वेस्ट, दिस साइड किडनी, दिस साइड वन किडनी, दिस साइड वन हार्ट, दिस साइड वन हार्ट. Yes or no? How many hearts are there in our? One heart. Acha. Which side the heart? As good, very good. So that's why when generally the defense person, they shake the hand by left hand, because heart is in left. So if you will shake, if you will greet anybody by left hand, then it will be means more effective. तो वन हार्ट, किडनी एट्सेट्रा, दो लेग है. अच्छा, मैं अगर एक आदमी को ऐसे पूरा डिवाइड करूँगा, पूरा नाक ये करके पूरा एक लाइन ड्रा कर दूंगा, तो दिस पार्ट, इस साइड में वन हैंड, उस साइड में वन हैंड, इस साइड में वन लेग, उस साइड में वन लेग, इस साइड में वन आई, उस साइड में वन आई, दिस साइड वन ईयर, दिस साइड वन ईयर, सब इक्वल डिवाइड हो जाता है या नहीं? सिर्फ हार्ट को छोड़ के, बिकॉज हार्ट तो वन ही है ना. तो इसी को छोड़ के बाकी जो एक्सटर्नल ऑर्गन्स, इट इज इक्वली डिवाइडेड. तो दैट इज द सिमेट्रिकल लाइन. ठीक है ना? अंडरस्टूड? नाउ माय क्वेश्चन, होमवर्क टू यू, classwork to you now, just now, not classwork, it is homework because time is over now. So, C to P, from C to P, you draw all the symmetrical lines. From alphabet C to P, draw the symmetrical lines for each. Okay?
Yes, sir.
So, this is about symmetrical. Then next class I will teach you about the reflection. Just I am giving you hints. Whenever you focus a torch to a mirror, then that ray of light, it reflects the mirror surface or not?
Yes, sir.
That is called the reflection. You will, when you will go to higher classes, you will read about reflection. And another thing, देखो, this is the mirror. I am in front of the mirror. How much distance I will be from the mirror, and the same distance my image will be formed. That is the principle of a plane mirror. जितना डिस्टेंस में एक ऑब्जेक्ट रहेगा, 4 मीटर डिस्टेंस में एक ऑब्जेक्ट रहेगा, तो इमेज 4 मीटर डिस्टेंस में ही फॉर्म होगा. लेकिन ये दिखता है, वी कैन सी इट अपॉन द मिरर, बट द इमेज इज फॉर्म सेम इक्वल डिस्टेंस. Very interesting things are there. This reflection, I will teach you next class. Okay, so you do this homework and you show me. Thank you very much. Take your scale. Okay, okay then. Thank you. Huh?
Thank you, sir.
Very good.